Welcome back to Living 808. A new creative collaboration brings together artists statewide. And here with details, we welcome the Executive Artistic Director for the Hawaii Art Space Alliance, Bree Peters. Nice to have you here.
Thanks. Nice to be here.
Well, tell everyone a little bit more about Hawaii Art Space Alliance.
It's a brand new, small nonprofit that I started when I moved to Waimea on the Big Island because I really wasn't ready to retire. And we like to focus on coming up with original sort of creative productions that are different from the norm and sort of unexpected. We also work with a variety of artists that collaborate together to create projects.
Well, we want to find out more about the project. One of the first big ones that you're kicking off early next year is the Arts Play Festival.
Correct. The Arts Play Festival takes two divergent art, multidisciplinary art forms, brings them together to create something new. In this first production, we have photographers from every island in the state, and groups of actors can register, sign up, and they will receive one of the photos from these pro photographers.
Photos like we're seeing here.
Correct.
And what will they do with the photo?
That will be their inspiration to create a 10-minute play. And then it will be rear projected behind them in the theater space where that will be their scenery. And it'll be an evening of 10-minute plays, all inspired by the photographers. At the end of the night, the photographer and the artists will come out on stage, and we'll do a talk back with the audience to talk about what the photographer had in mind when they were taking the picture and what they thought when they saw their image. And they'll be able to see how other people were inspired and what they created based on it.
And we're looking at some of the artists here. It seems like it's a case of life imitating art, or, you know, just a nice intersection of so many different art worlds coming together.
Yes, and down the road, we've got a lot of ideas about what else to do with that. So sculptures could influence new hulas. Poetry might influence sculptures. It could go the other way. There's going to be a lot of flexibility and play in the future to bring a lot of different multidisciplinary artists together.
And, you know, tell us about some of the other events that you're working on, and why did you want to kick off with the Photo to Play Festival?
I'm sorry, but
the Arts Play Festival. Yes, you're starting with the Arts Play Festival.
Right.
Where do you go from here?
Okay, well, I hope that that's going to become an annual festival, but I also have some interesting projects that I can't really say too much about right now. However, one of them involves a lot of Hawaii's historical figures and events that have happened in Hawaii's history, like the Chinatown Fire, when the bubonic plague was happening. That's about all I can really tell you right now, but it's in development, and I'm very excited about it.
And how are you bringing the different art worlds together on the different islands with this? Didn't get the word out about this new group.
I've actually gone to every island and visited the spaces and had tours of their facilities, met the people there, and they've been welcoming and warm, and I'm hoping that, you know, that relationship will continue, because there isn't too much in the performing world, except for musicians, of course, that really kind of brings them all together. So, all the islands, that is.
And where should people go if they want to find out more information about you and get involved?
My website at hawaiiartspace.com.
All right, Hawaii Art Space. Look for that and find inspiration in these photos. This could be something that you could get involved with and work with other artists to collaborate on something really unique. The Arts Play Festival, again, coming up January 2020. But check out the website. Beautiful photography, by the way.
The photographers are incredible. These are just a sampling of their works. These are not the actual photos that will be used. The actual photos have, they're very evocative in order to bring creativity out.
Absolutely gorgeous. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing about this very
Appreciate
exciting
it.
project. Aloha.